All right, so you're prepping for a sorter laborer interview.
We're going to dive deep into these RoleCatcher resources.
Get you ready to really nail it.
Yeah, we're going to break down some of those tricky interview questions.
Give you some strategies and even look at how RoleCatcher's AI can help give you a more personalized edge.
Exactly.
So first, let's just set the scene.
Yeah.
What does sorter laborer actually do?
So think mountains of recyclables moving along these conveyor belts.
Well, yeah.
The clatter of glass and plastic being sorted.
Uh-huh.
Your job is to make sure that those materials end up in the right place.
The career guide really paints a vivid picture.
It does.
Right? It's a physically demanding job.
Yes, very much so.
Often with opportunities for overtime.
Absolutely.
And it also highlights that you don't need formal education.
Right.
But employers are looking for candidates with an eye for detail.
Yes.
And a commitment to safety.
Absolutely.
So now let's jump into the heart of this deep dive.
Okay.
Those interview questions.
Let's do it.
So let's say the hiring manager kicks things off and says, tell us about your experience in a warehouse or production environment.
Okay, so even if you haven't been a sorter laborer before,
Right.
think about any experience that you've had that showcases your relevant skills.
Okay. Yeah.
So, for example, did you ever stock shelves at a grocery store,
Yeah.
ensuring that the items were organized and facing the right way?
That's a perfect example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really shows attention to detail and working efficiently,
Yes.
which are highly valued in a sorting facility.
Exactly.
And RoleCatcher's AI can actually pinpoint these transferable skills
Okay.
from your past jobs and highlight them on your resume and in your answers.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
So, okay, next question.
Okay, sure.
How do you prioritize your workload when you're working on multiple tasks at the same time?
This is your chance to showcase those organizational skills.
Yeah.
So maybe you use to-do lists,
Uh-huh.
you prioritize tasks by urgency,
Okay.
or you break down large projects into smaller steps.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think a quick story can really bring this to life.
Absolutely.
Tell them about that time you juggled a busy shift at work with a school project and how you stayed organized and got it all done.
Relatable anecdotes make you memorable,
Yes.
and they help the interviewer really see how your skills translate to the role.
I love that.
All right, so how about quality control?
Okay.
So they might ask, how do you ensure that you're meeting quality standards when sorting materials?
So this is all about meticulousness and accuracy.
Absolutely.
So you have to think back to times that you double-checked your work or caught errors that others missed.
Yeah, like for example,
Yeah.
maybe you caught a pricing error while working as a cashier.
Uh-huh.
So you prevented a customer from being overcharged,
Oh, yeah.
which shows your dedication to accuracy.
That's a great way to connect it back to the sorter laborer role,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
You're ensuring no unsuitable materials contaminate the recycling stream.
You got it. And RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify which specific quality standards are most important for this particular job,
Okay.
so you can tailor your answer accordingly.
That's really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's tackle a potentially tricky one.
Okay, let's do it.
Have you ever had to deal with a difficult coworker or supervisor? How did you handle the situation?
All right, so this is less about the coworker and more about your conflict resolution skills.
Okay.
You want to show them how you handle challenging interpersonal situations professionally.
Exactly. So describe the situation briefly and then really focus on the steps you took to resolve it.
Yeah.
Did you listen actively,
Right.
communicate clearly, or try to find some common ground?
Even if the coworker remained difficult, you want to focus on the positive steps that you took.
Okay.
So maybe you calmly explained your perspective,
Uh-huh.
or you sought help from a supervisor.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Speaking of safety, I imagine they'll probably ask, how do you ensure that you're working safely in a warehouse or a production environment?
This is where you showcase your awareness of potential hazards and your commitment to following all the safety protocols.
And this is where doing some company research beforehand can really pay off.
Absolutely, if you know they have a strong safety culture.
Yes.
You can mention that in your answer,
Yeah.
which shows you've done your homework.
All right, let's just pause there for a moment.
Okay.
We've covered 5 key questions so far. What really stands out to you?
Well, it's clear that highlighting those transferable skills and backing them up with specific examples is crucial.
Absolutely.
Right.
And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can really help you identify those skills and tailor your answers to impress the hiring manager.
It's a great tool.
Yeah. We'll be back in a flash to tackle even more interview questions and give you that extra edge.
Sounds good.
All right, let's tackle a few more questions that you might encounter in your sorter laborer interview.
Okay.
These next ones really dig into your work ethic and problem-solving abilities.
Yeah, they want to see how you handle pressure, how you identify areas for improvement, and how you make tough decisions on the job.
So let's say they ask you, how do you handle a heavy workload or tight deadlines?
Okay, well, this is your chance to showcase those time management and organizational skills that we talked about earlier.
Remember that story about juggling a busy shift and a school project?
Uh-huh.
That kind of anecdote can be powerful here too.
Yeah, right.
Showing that you can stay calm and productive even when you're under pressure.
Exactly. And be sure to mention any specific strategies that you use,
Okay.
like prioritizing tasks, breaking down projects, or using tools to stay organized.
Now here's one that focuses on your initiative.
Okay.
Can you tell us about a time when you identified an area for improvement in a previous role?
They're looking for someone who's proactive
Okay.
and has a problem-solving mindset.
Yes.
So think about a time when you went above and beyond your basic duties to make things better.
Maybe you noticed a bottleneck in a process and suggested a more efficient way of doing things?
Right. Or perhaps you saw a safety hazard and took steps to address it,
Yeah.
demonstrating your commitment to a safe work environment.
These examples show that you're not just following instructions.
Right.
You're actively thinking about ways to improve your workplace.
Exactly.
Now, this next question can feel a bit daunting.
Oh, yeah.
Can you describe a situation where you had to make a difficult decision in a previous role?
Right.
Deep breaths, everyone. We've all faced tough choices at some point in our lives.
We have.
The key is to show that you can think analytically, weigh your options, and take responsibility for your decisions.
Absolutely.
So structure your answer by outlining the situation briefly,
Okay.
explaining the options that you considered,
Uh-huh.
and the reasoning behind your final decision.
Right. And don't forget to mention the outcome.
Oh, yeah.
Did your decision lead to a positive result?
Even if the outcome wasn't ideal,
Right.
you can focus on what you learned from the experience
Absolutely.
and how you would apply that knowledge in the future. Okay, last question for this round.
Okay, go for it.
How do you ensure that you are working efficiently in a warehouse or production environment?
So here, they're assessing your work ethic, your focus on productivity,
Yeah.
and your ability to stay on task in a fast-paced environment.
So think about any systems or techniques that you use to maximize your efficiency.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you organize your workspace meticulously,
Okay.
minimize distractions, or break down tasks into manageable chunks.
And this is where those transferable skills come in again.
Yeah.
Maybe you learn to work quickly and accurately as a cashier.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Highlight those experiences that demonstrate your ability to meet targets and maintain a steady pace even when things get busy.
Exactly. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can help you analyze the specific requirements of the job description
Okay.
and tailor your answers to emphasize the most relevant skills.
So before we wrap up this part,
Yeah.
let's just take a moment to reflect.
Okay.
What are some common themes that are emerging from these interview questions?
Well, it's clear that interviewers are looking for candidates who are organized, detail-oriented, and able to work efficiently under pressure.
They also want to see that you're a problem solver, someone who takes initiative and is committed to safety.
Right. And remember, highlighting those transferable skills and backing them up with specific examples from your past experiences is key to making a strong impression.
We'll be back soon to discuss some final tips for acing that interview and putting your best foot forward. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground prepping for those sorter laborer interview questions.
We've tackled those tricky behavioral questions, explored how to highlight those transferable skills.
Yeah, and even touch on how RoleCatcher's AI can give you that extra edge.
Absolutely.
But before you walk into that interview, let's talk about some final tips that can really make you shine.
Okay, so preparation is key.
Okay.
And I don't just mean practicing your answers. Research the company you're interviewing with.
What are their values? Are they known for their commitment to sustainability? What's their reputation in the community?
Understanding the company's culture and goals shows that you're genuinely interested and that you've taken the time to learn about them.
Okay.
It can also help you tailor your answers to align with their values.
So, for example, if they emphasize teamwork,
Right.
you can talk about how you collaborated effectively in your previous roles.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about presentation.
Okay.
Even though a sorter laborer role is physically demanding,
Right.
dress appropriately for the interview.
Absolutely.
You want to make a good first impression. Clean and neat attire shows respect for the opportunity and that you're taking this seriously.
Right. And don't forget about those nonverbal cues.
Oh, yeah.
Maintain eye contact, offer a firm handshake, sit up straight.
Yeah.
These small things convey confidence and enthusiasm.
Here's a tip that often gets overlooked.
Okay.
Prepare some questions to ask the interviewer.
Oh, that's a good one.
It shows that you're engaged and genuinely curious about the role in the company.
Right. Plus, it's your chance to gather information. That can help you decide if this is the right fit for you.
For example, you could ask about the team you'd be working with,
Yeah.
the company's safety training programs, or opportunities for advancement within the recycling facility.
Those types of questions demonstrate that you're thinking long-term
Yeah.
and considering this as a potential career path.
Okay, so let's circle back to RoleCatcher one last time.
Okay.
Remember, they offer a wealth of resources beyond just interview prep.
They do. Their AI can help you identify those transferable skills from your previous experiences,
Okay.
which is especially valuable if you're transitioning to a new field.
Don't underestimate the power of those transferable skills.
You got it.
They can really showcase your adaptability,
Yeah.
your willingness to learn,
Uh-huh.
and your ability to apply your knowledge in different settings.
Now, finally, before you head into that interview, take a moment for yourself
Okay.
and remember why you're interested in this role.
Uh-huh.
What excites you about the prospect of working as a sorter laborer?
Connecting with your own motivations can boost your confidence and help you convey genuine enthusiasm during the interview.
Authenticity is key.
Yes.
When you believe in what you're saying, it resonates with the interviewer.
So to wrap up this deep dive, you've gained valuable insights into the role,
Right.
learned how to tackle those interview questions, and discovered how RoleCatcher can help you prepare like a pro.
You've got all the tools you need.
Remember, research the company dress professionally. Prepare thoughtful questions and highlight those transferable skills.
Absolutely.
And most importantly, believe in yourself. You got this. Good luck with your interview, and let us know how it goes.
Good luck.